Yeah. About to hop on them right now, fam.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we on.
All right, bro.
All right, family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One love.
Love.
Oh my gosh. Which side? All right. Okay. Setting up, y'all. Just setting up. Bear with me. There we go. Okay. Setting up shop. Give me my little private area. We gonna get cooking. Hold on. We got an arsenal I'm working with. Okay. Of course. I already know what's popping off. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Yeah, you straight naked for the most part, right? You straight naked. Hey fam, you wanna I'm gonna try to get into all these. Try to get into all these. What I'm working with. Told you, man, it's a full on arsenal right now. They shouldn't be blocking the chat. They better not be blocking the chat, old goofy. They better not be blocking the chat. I'm gonna be mad if they blocking the chat, dude. Ain't got no following. Don't got no following. Leave me alone. I do nothing to nobody. I think it was in here. Boy. You wouldn't believe, Jenna. Need both chargers. Sis ready, man? I need Lighthouse Squad on deck, man. I need Lighthouse Squad on deck, man. Dang, maybe I should have brought my other phone too. My boy was using that though, playing Nintendo games on it. Mr. Joseph, Moshe in the wilderness. Okay. So we got those. We got those. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got going. Let's see what we got going, man. Yeah. First of all, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to, you already know, the Heavenly Father, the one that truly deserves it. And y'all today should give you a different perspective on the Eternal Mother. Okay? The Eternal Mother. Let me know if y'all can hear me good in the chat, if I'm coming through clear. I hear myself echoing around in this room right here. So, yeah. But like I was saying, Mama, you're going to get a different view, more honor is going to be granted, should be granted to her. With this this live feed I'm coming through with. Okay, I think I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all ready to go? Y'all ready to go? I wanted to continue my thing that I was trying to kick off and start wild style, something like that. Thursdays. Wild style freestyle Thursdays. What's buzzing right now, what I saw on my YouTube page is shout out to one of the brothers I actually kicked off, one of my first who I subscribed to, Big Facts, Ayo Kaseko. I just seen a topic that he's going to hit on, and it just make, I wondering like when we as the people, when are we actually going to see or ask Power what exactly is he showing? You feel me? What are you showing us, Power? Why do these certain things continue to go on? Why? And so what I'm talking about is he has Bootsy Badass up there saying he sold us out. That's kind of like the theme, isn't it? This is why also we're here at Lighthouse. We don't play that whole, white man thing, man. We don't rock with that because we don't like to give credit to whether it's good or bad to someone or something that is not due to. You feel me? And it's not imagine of image of a sinner is glamorized and the righteous stays persecuted. Exactly. We can't give that. We know if it wasn't for Yasharella, Yarushalayim, Yahuda, if it wasn't for the great betrayal and heartbreak that we have given our Savior, our Father, our Redeemer, where would we be, right? We wouldn't be having this discussion. My mug wouldn't be on this screen right now. Family members wouldn't be disputes between family members. It wouldn't be deaths in your family, in my family. Loved ones lost. We wouldn't be the most misunderstood and the most hated at the same time because we're misunderstood. We wouldn't be that. But yet, there's an ongoing theme even till this day with the people that love to give credit to deities that do not deserve it. Kendrick Lamar in one of my favorite songs he made for the movie Black Panther, and it got his artist singing on it. I can't really say her name. But I think it's called Stars or something like that, ironically. And he says one of the realest lines I have ever heard out of any rapper, ever. He said, I want the credit, whether it's good or bad. To me, my nigga, that's the realest shit. Facts. We love talking about keeping it 100, keeping it a buck all the time. But that comes with consequences as well. Keeping it 100. That don't always come with the up and up. No, you're going to be down bad too with keeping it 100. Period. And so if you're a real man and you stand on what you believe in, you stand on what you know, not what you believe in. You stand on what you know. Concrete, 10 toes down. And when you do that, you're going to want that same credibility because it's the realest thing. of being a man and woman. That's just not a man thing. That's a human thing, right? Humanity is having humanity, owning up to something, whether it's good or bad, knowing that it came from you. I don't want to own up to it because it's bad. That's the problem I see that us as a people having right now. We're having a tough time digesting the simple fact that it was a white man that slaved you. It wasn't the white man that slaved you. No. The one who put the white man in control in order for you to believe. In order for you to believe that they enslaved you is your brethren playing as if they're the most high, placing another nation upon or above you in your nation. Who else know how to play God other than his people? I'm gonna let that marinate. Who else knows how to play the Most High other than his people? Let that marinate. All right? When Judah admitted all his sins and all that he did to Joseph, the Most High blessed him with a spiritual gift for keeping it a buck. Is that not the thing that's quoted by the Legend of the Jews, by the way? You're not going to get that type of sauce until y'all dive into that book, man. I'm telling y'all. The squad is telling y'all, man. Dive into the book, man. Legend of the Jews, dude. Or you're going to be lost with this type of teaching. That's the thing. That's the thing. He wants for us to continually, consistently keep it a buck with him. Because the moment that we do not, I'll keep it 3,000. When we do not, what do we fall in the net, in the trap of doing? Now we're lying to our Father. Now you're lying to your parents. If you're a parent, you know how it feels to be lied to by your children. I do. I do. And I know the feeling with me lying to my mom. As a child, as a son, it don't feel good, man. It's not a good feeling. It's not rewarding. It's a shameful act. So we want to stay away from those habits. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Wanted to push that out there for the sake of it being Thursday, and I like to do wild style Thursdays. Wild style Thursdays. We freelancing. We addressing everything that can come up to mind that is being displayed right now in the world. My brother that just went back home to Chicago. He just told me hearing a Joe Biden speech of him declaring war, man. Door to door. Everybody, hey, we're gonna make sure you get it. We're gonna make sure that it's gonna be a landslide on y'all departure. Yeah, y'all can't have the upper hand. If people only knew what these sticks are for, if they only knew. Let's get to it. Okay, I need that right now. We are going to be in Legend of the Jews, Volume 3, Moshe in the Wilderness. And then we are going to hop to Volume 2, or Volume 4, from Joshua to Esther, Legend of the Jews. As a matter of fact, let me get to where I need to be in this matter. Ever knew a book that you got to carry around scissors with, man? It's so much. Oh, it's so much in here. It's so much in here. Come on, give me what I'm looking for now. That ain't it. I think it was before. Mm-hmm. I think it's in here, man. It gotta be in here. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Salakia. It gotta be in here. I was just reading out of this mug. Bro, I was just reading out of this thing, man. It gotta be in here. I just want to stamp it real quick. See, I should have did it before. I should have tagged it before. Is it in here? I could have sworn it's in here. We're gonna get y'all bear with me, man. Salakia. But it's critical, man, that I find this. It's critical that I find this piece. Okay, here we go. 4:14. And man, I went after this. Come on, man. All right. So we got that. Now I finally got what I was looking for. Let me put a mark in this thing right here, man. Put a mark in this thing. Okay. Bam. So we good on that now. We good on that. Let's see. Let me go back. One oh six. Guess what? 106. All right. So we are about to get a heavy dose of what really transpired with Moshe. All right, Moshe getting the Torah. Moshe getting the Torah. Where did he really get the Torah from? All right. Where did Moshe really get the Torah from? So we about to come across that. Legend of the Jews, Moshe in the wilderness. Moshe chosen as intermediator. Get your precept on. Get your precept on. Please do. Please do. Get your precept on. After Israel had heard the 10 commandments, they supposed that power would, on this occasion, reveal to them all the rest of the Torah. Okay, now I read before from here, if y'all can remember, what do you mean by the rest of the Torah? There's a written Torah and there's an oral Torah. Physical, spiritual. It's that simple. Physical, spiritual. Got a burp. All right. But the awful vision on Mount Sinai, where they heard the visible and saw the audible, the privilege was granted them that even the slave women among them saw more than the greatest prophet of latter times. This vision had so exhausted them that they would surely have perished. And had they heard another word from power, they therefore went to Moshe and implored him to be intermediator between them and power. Power found their wish right, so that he not only employed Moshe as his intermediator, but determined in all future times to send prophets to Yasharallah as messengers of his words. You catch that? So that's where you get, name the ones that's known the most, what people go to in the Bible the most, the major prophets. This is how they began. And this is why. Turning to Moshe, power said, all that they have spoken is good. If it were possible, I would even now dismiss the angel of death. But death against humanity has already been decreed by me. Bro, what was we talking about earlier? To understand power, you got to to understand why he decreed such a thing, you got to understand power. You got to understand what he is. And you got to understand what he hates. And you got to understand what he loves. I think I just put it away. Did I bring the other one? Probably didn't. Did I? I didn't. I don't think I did. Let's see. Yeah. Exactly, fam. Oh, no. I got it. Hold on, let me do this then. Let me do this to save my spot. All right. So let's go over again this right here. All right. Let's go over again this right here real quick. Okay. Let's go over these. Embalm, we found the mean to preserve, right? Well, you got the physical aspect of this, and you got the spiritual aspect of this, of embalming, of preserving, right? Physical, a corpse from decaying. You saving the corpse, the dead corpse from decaying. Okay? Vain. You all you care about is vain thing, images, right? Spiritual. What is spiritual? Non-material. Opposed to material or physical things. Opposed. Highlight opposed. Look up the word opposed. Opposed. Eager to prevent or put an end to. Disapproving. Okay? Never agreeing with, disapproving. Always at odds. Oil and water. Okay? Of disagreeing with, disapproving of, or disagreeing with. Let's mix this up in a pot real quick. All right? Let's whip it up. Joseph came here according to Genesis 45 and 5. Joseph was sent by the Father to destroy the acts of the flesh, aka the physical, in order to preserve life, the spiritual. Okay? You get a broader understanding now when you go to Hebrews chapter 2 and you read from 14 on down. Okay? And they gave that glory and that deed and those works and those credentials to a deity that don't deserve it. Y'all see the trend? You see the same cycle that must be stopped, that we at Lighthouse will stop. All right? We're going to stop giving credit to deities that do not deserve it, that had nothing to do with it. All right? That mess right there, we're gonna kill that noise, man. We're gonna kill that noise, man. Power willing, almighty willing, we're gonna kill that noise, that narrative, false ass narratives is being put to rest. I mentioned when I read destroy flesh in order to preserve life. Everything about the physical is to destroy you. You already coming into a war. All right? When you was born in this world, in this realm, you were born into a war. This is warfare. If you're comfortable, if you agree with the desires of your flesh, then you have already chosen your kingdom. Okay? You are at ease. You're not at war. You already waved the white flag. This fight, this battle is not meant for you. Okay? But we as his people, as his children, we know that our Savior set the example on all levels, showing us thoroughly that flesh is not the way, that the celestial is the way. So we must get this understood. That's what he was sent to do. Right. Joseph was sent to destroy flesh in order to preserve life, and he did it in perfection without failing in being in any sin. That sort of sounds celestial. And what my beloved brethren is bringing up right now in the chat is how he had the instrument of the astrolabe. It is a celestial tool. He had it with him. Now we're tapping back into and going back into, I'm going to get back to the book, how the mockery, how they play the mockery game. What is this world coming? What is coming to the surface now with this world, right? The web. Everybody learning and knowing about cloning, that's not even a secret no more. Cloning is out there. Everybody knows about it now. So with this celestial instrument that Joseph had in his possession, he was bringing down the heavenly host into the house of Egypt. He brung down his father's house. The father gave him. Who did the Most High give him? No more false doctrine, man. We know who the credentials belong to. We know who those stripes belong to. Those stars, we know who they belong to, man. So let's get it. Let's get it. He says, all that they have spoken is good. If it were possible, I would even now dismiss the angel of death. But death against humanity has already been decreed by me, by some other entity, by some other God, or, by me. Isaiah 45, verse 7. Hence, it must remain, right? Go, say unto them, return to your tents, but stay thou with me. In these words, power indicated to Israel that they might again enter upon conjugal relations, from which they had abstained throughout 3 days, while Moshe should forever have to deny himself all earthly indulgence. Moshe in his great wisdom now knew how, in a few words, to calm the great excitement of the myriads of men, saying to them, power gave you the Torah and wrote marvels for you in order through this and through the observance of the laws which he imposed upon you to distinguish you before all the other nations on earth. Consider, however, that whereas up to this time you have been ignorant, in your ignorance, pay close attention. I'm reading to y'all. Literally reading to y'all. The former and the latter. Meaning what happened then is about to happen now. What happened then, what I'm reading, the words of Moshe, and what he is saying is about to happen now. They know this. The problem is we don't know this, but we do now. We do now. He said this, power gave you the Torah and wrought marvels for you in order through this and through the observance of the laws which he imposed upon you to distinguish you before all other nations on earth. Consider, however, that whereas up to this time you have been ignorant, and your ignorance served as your excuse, you now know exactly what to do and what not to do. Until now, you did not know that the righteous are to be rewarded and the godless to be punished in the future world. Y'all really want to put this thing together? Bro, what's that precept where it says, in Pharaoh, this Pharaoh knew not of Joseph? What am I reading right now? What are we ignorant of? What was it? What was it? We swear we got it figured out. We swear we got it figured out right now. What were we ignorant of? In this time, right now, this Israel, this Yasharella, they didn't know about Joseph. They forgot about him, just like their master did. You see the similitude? You see how history literally just repeated itself? I'm reading it right now. I'm reading it right now. This Pharaoh, once again, in this Egypt, once again, the master and the people of this time, just like the former. This is how you know this is the latter. We are ignorant of who? Let's continue, man. Let that marinate. Let that marinate. Until now, you did not know that the righteous are to be rewarded. What you was just reading? Was that Revelations you just brung out on me? Bro? About what I'm reading right now. Okay, precept right now, what I'm reading. But as long, right? He said that the righteous are to be rewarded and the godless to be punished in the future world. But now you know it. But as long as you will have a feeling of shame, you will not lightly commit sins. As long as you're not comfortable in this world, as long as when you do sin, you feel like, I just disappointed my father, mercy has been shown upon you. But when you feel like you're comfortable in your sin, there's no mercy for the wicked. Hereupon, the people withdrew 12 miles from Mount Sinai, while Moshe stepped quiet close before the Maker. In the immediate proximity of power are the souls of the pious, of the righteous. A little further, mercy and justice. And close to these was the position Moshe was allowed to occupy. The vision of Moshe, owing to his nearness to power, was clear and distinct, unlike that of the other prophets who saw but dimly. He is furthermore distinguished from all the other prophets, that he was conscious, right, of his prophetic revelations, while they were unconscious in the moments of prophecy. A third distinction of Moshe, which had indeed shared with Aaron and Samuel, was that power revealed himself to him in a pillar of a cloud. In spite of these great marks of favor to Moshe, the people still perceived the difference between the first two commandments, which they heard directly from power. Let me get that again, because this is actually noted. Salakia, trying to get this word up. In the Bible, didn't it say power came down and they saw sapphire underneath his feet, meaning blue fire, stone, blue stone, whatever you want to call it? You best believe it was fire there too. So there go the record right there, precepting in this book, in the Bible. Which they heard directly from power, and those that they learned through Moshe's intercession. For when they heard the words, I am the eternal thy maker, there go that I am the eternal thy maker. I go by the true and living power. I don't go by, that's my safe zone. Anybody like ask, oh, what do you call him? I call him the true and living power. Or, why they turn the light on me in here, man? Or I call him the true and living power. I call him the most high power. I call him the Almighty. Either or. Those are the names I like to use. Okay, there we go. There we go. I had to move. They thought I was dead in here. I wasn't moving. Oh, I can get live. Oh, let me move like that up in here, man. Yeah, let me get live so they won't turn the light off on me up in this joint again, man. All right. So let's go. The understanding of the Torah became deep rooted in their hearts, so that they never forgot what they thus learned. But they forgot some of the things Moshe taught, for as man is a being of flesh and blood, and hence ephemeral, I think that's how you say that. So are his teachings, and meaning, I think I looked up this word. Dang, man, I should have really brought my other phone. This word right here means quick, like it's faint, don't last forever. Your existence is short. That's what this word means. Ephemeral, I think. Ephemeral, I think that's how you say that. I could be wrong. They hereupon came to Moshe saying, oh, if he would only reveal himself once more, oh, that once more he would kiss us with the kisses of his mouth, Oh, that the understanding of the Torah might remain firm in our hearts as before. Moshe answered, it is no longer possible now, but it will come to pass in the future world. So what we got going on here, right? What we got going on here, man? We got going on here, how everything they gave Jesus Christ in the New Testament belongs to Joseph. Just put it to you that way, man. Okay? This is the covenant. This is the new covenant that's going to happen is the latter. It's what's about to take place now. It already happened. I'm reading what already transpired. We've been had, y'all. We've been had. But now it's time to wake up out of sleep. All right? It's time to wake up out of sleep. So let's get it. He says, oh, that understanding of the Torah might remain firm in your hearts as before. Moshe answered, it is no longer possible now, but it will come to pass in the future world when he will put his law in their inward parts and write in their hearts. What does it sound like? Is this not in Isaiah? This I know somebody gonna precept with this right here in the Bible. I know for a certainty. I know for a certainty somebody gonna precept this right here in the Bible. Let's see. Israel had another reason for regretting the choice of an intermediator between themselves and power. When they heard the second commandment, thou shalt have no strange gods beside me. We're about to read this thoroughly. Yasharallah, Yaru Shalayim, Yaru Shalayim, Yahuda, Yasharan. Pay close attention. Had another reason for regretting the choice of an intermediator between themselves and power. When they heard the second commandment, thou shalt have no strange gods beside me, the evil impulse was torn out from their hearts. But as soon as they requested Moshe to intercede for them, the evil impulse set in once more in its old place. Let me get that again. Y'all hearing me out there, man? Man, let me know. They messing around. I seen 4, now I see 1. They messing around with me. Where we at? Where we at in the chat, man? Where we at in the chat, man? Where we at in the chat, man? Where we at in this chat, man? Y'all getting this sauce? Y'all got y'all big bag of fries. Make sure you get a big stupid fork too. All right. We eating over chill. When Yasharala, Yasharalim, Yasharala, Yasharan had another reason for regretting the choice of an intermediator between themselves and power, when they heard the second commandment, thou shalt have no strange gods beside me. Thou shalt have no strange powers beside me. The evil impulse was torn out from their hearts, but as soon as they requested Moshe to intercede for them, the evil impulse set in once more in its old place. In vain, however, they did plead with Moshe to restore the former direct communication, direct communication between them and power. How long we been without that direct communication? Don't y'all want that back, man? Don't y'all fiend for that? The being that loves you the most. They ain't liking this, bro. They ain't liking this. They ain't liking this, bro. They ain't liking this, y'all. No. Our whole life, G. Our whole life, man. So that the evil impulse might be taken from them. When we got direct communication with power, the evil impulse no longer exists. This is what is about to take place. And they know it, y'all. All the psyops, all the distractions, all the sacrifices, all the rumors of war. It's all because of this right here. They don't want you having any communication with your heavenly Father, with your true power. This is what it's about, man. Scratch all that other goofy mess, man. Scratch all that, man. This right here is what it's about. And it's not just the Father. We're going to get to that. It's no longer possible now, but in the future world, it is no longer possible now. But in the future world, he will take out of your flesh the stony heart. He will take out of your flesh the stony heart. Although Yasharan had now heard only the first two commandments directly from power, still the divine apparition had an enormous influence upon this generation. Never in the course of their lives was any physical impurity heard of among them, nor did any vermin succeed in infesting their bodies. And when they died, their corpse remained free from worms and insects. What can you say, man? Out here, the sauce that this book contains. Never in the course of their lives was any physical impurity heard among them, nor did any vermin succeed in infesting their bodies. And when they died, their corpse remained free from worms and insects. So all that, I get it. You trying to take care of your body. We trying to take to the best capabilities and possibilities. But that's really not going to be succeeded until this very day. So you can eat as healthy as you want. You're still in this. You still have a stony heart. The Father has to come and replace that himself. He wants to do it himself. You got to know how a parent is to their children, man. You got to think like a father. If you're not one, I'm pretty sure you know of one. If you never had one, I'm pretty sure you know of one. Oh, no, father, man. Oh, father. BS, man. BS, man. Because the power is lenient and give the unrighteous, the wicked, their due, their part. How much more does he do for the righteous? To understand him more. It is us that choose to be led astray. Moshe and the angels strive for the Torah. Moshe and the angels strive for the Torah. Now, I might butcher some of these angels' names. Don't get mad. All right. Let me see. Let's see what I got here. Oh, did I want Moshe receive the Torah? Oh, man. The day on which power revealed himself on Mount Sinai was twice as long as ordinary days. For on that day, the sun did not set, a miracle that was 4 times more repeated for Moshe's sake. When this long day had drawn to its close, Moshe ascended the holy mountain, where he spent a week to rid himself of a mortal impurity, of all mortal impurity, so that he might betake himself to power into heaven. Read that again. Where he spent a week to rid himself of all mortal impurity, so that he might betake himself to power into heaven. At the end of his preparations, power called him to come to him. Then a cloud appeared and laid down before him, but he knew not whether to ride upon it or merely to hold fast to it. Then suddenly the mouth of the cloud flew open, and he entered into it and walked about on the firmament as a man walks about on earth. Then he met Kemuel, the potter, the angel who is in charge of 12,000 angels of destruction, who are posted at the portals of the firmament. He spoke harshly to Moshe, saying, "What doest thou here, son of Amram?" On this spot belonging to the angels of fire, Moshe answered, "Not of my own impulse do I come here, but with the permission of the Holy One to receive the Torah and bear it down to Yasharallah." Where did Moshe get the Torah from? Did he just get it from Mount Sinai? He actually went up into the heavens to get the Torah, man. Let's see. As Kemuel did not want to let him pass, Moshe struck him and destroyed him out of the world. Moshe struck him and destroyed him out of the world, whereupon he went on his way unto the angel of Hadarinel came along. This angel is 60 myriads of parasangs taller than his fellows, and at every word that passes out of his mouth issue 12,000 fiery lightning flashes. Well, when we see lightning, this just lets you know where this come from. So when you see lightning, is that the angels of destruction prophesying, speaking the word of power, doing the Almighty's bidding? Says, every word that passes out of his mouth issue 12,000 fiery lightning flashes. When he beheld Moshe, he roared at him, "What doest thou here, son of Amram?" Here on the spot of the holy and high. When Moshe heard his voice, he grew exceedingly frightened. His eyes shed tears, and soon he would have fallen from the cloud. Right? But instantly the pity of power for Moshe was awakened, and he said to Harder Renel Salakia, I'm struggling with this one. You angels have been quarrelsome since the day I created you. What does he say to his children? Y'all been what? Since the day I known y'all? Y'all see the similar too. So who are you again? What are you again? The same way he talks to the angels in heaven is the same way he talks to you and I on earth. You angels have been quarrelsome since the day I created you. In the beginning, when I wanted to create Adam, you raised a complaint before me and said, what is man that thou art mindful of him? And my wrath was kindled against you, and I burned scores of you with my little finger. Now again ye commence strife with the faithful one of my house, whom I have bidden to come up here to receive the Torah and carry it down to my chosen children, Yasharan. Although you know that if Yasharan did not receive the Torah, you would no longer be permitted to dwell in heaven. Let's get that again. Now again, ye commence strife with the faithful one of my house, whom I have bidden to come up here to receive the Torah and carry it down to my chosen children, Yasharan. Although you know that if Yasharan did not receive the Torah, you would no longer be permitted to dwell in heaven. Let that marinate. When Hardanel heard this, he said quickly to the Maker, O Maker of the world, it is manifest and clear to thee that I was not aware he came hither with thy permission. But since now I know it, I will be his messenger and go before him as a disciple before his master. Hardanel hereupon in a humble attitude ran before Moshe as a disciple before his master until he reached the fire of Sandalphon. When he spoke to Moshe saying, go turn about, for I may not stay in this spot, or the fire of Sandalphon will scorch me. This angel towers above his fellows by so great a height that it would take 500 years to cross over it. There it is, bro. And with the angels, what I got when he said you wouldn't be able to be up here, that's our souls, bro. How does he keep us? You would have to be down there. The story, and my wife got the book now back at home. Legend of the Jews, first volume, the creation to Jacob, right? The story of the fox, how the fox didn't come down with his soul. Right. What did he just say? You know that without the Torah, y'all would be kept. You wouldn't be able to be preserved up here. You would have to be down there. That's probably, hey man, we gotta stay. We don't want to lose nobody. That's too much sauce right there. That's too much sauce. We don't want to lose nobody now. Said this angel, Sandalphon, this angel towers above his fellows by so great a height that it would take 500 years to cross over it. He stands behind the divine throne and binds garlands for his maker. Sandalphon does not know the abiding spot of the maker either, so that he might set the crown on his head, but he charms the crown so that it rises, right? So that it rises of its own accord until it reposes on the head of the maker. This is some powerful stuff right here, man. Golly, man, this is some powerful stuff right here, Jack. Come on, man. As soon as Sandalphon bids the crown rises, the hosts on high tremble and shake. The holy animals burst into paeans. I think that's what that says. Paeans. The holy seraphim roar like lions and say, "Holy, holy, holy is the maker of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." When the crown is reached, the throne of glory, the wheels of the throne are instantly set in motion. The foundation of its footstool tremble, and all the heavens are seized with trembling and horror. Okay, remember who consists of the heavens. It's telling you right now. Put the precepts together. Who is going to tremble? We, man. After fear is going to take over. That's why he continues to tell you to fear not, though. But power, no. He knows. All right. As soon as the crown now passes the throne of glory to settle upon his place, all the heavenly hosts open their mouths, saying, "Praise be the glory of the eternal from his place." And when the crown has reached its destination, all the holy animals, the seraphim, the wheels of the throne, and the host on high, the cherubim, and the hashmalim, speak with one accord. The eternal is king. The eternal was king. The eternal will be king in all eternity. Let me get that again. Let me get that again. Let me get it again. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful, man. Praise be the glory of the eternal from his place. And when the crown has reached its destination, all the holy animals, the seraphim, the wheels of the throne, and the host on high, the cherubim, and the hashmalim, speak with one accord. The eternal is king. The eternal is king. The eternal was king. The eternal will be king in all eternity. Now, when Moshe beheld Sandalphon, he was frightened, and his alarm came near to failing out of the cloud. In tears, he imploringly begged power for mercy, and was answered in his bountiful love for Yasharon. He himself descended from the throne of his glory and stood before Moshe until he had passed the flames of Sandalphon. After Moshe had passed Sandalphon, he ran across Regan, the stream of fire, the coals of which burn the angels who dip into them every morning and dipped into them every morning are burned, and then arise anew. Let me read that again. That was beautiful, bro. Let me get that again. This is what I was talking about, bro. I read this somewhere else, though. Remember, I was telling you about how the angels dip themselves, how they take showers in the fire. How it's synonymous, right? And it's similar to, it's a precept. Yeah, it's a precept on what will transpire with his people, with his children. After Moshe had passed Sandalphon, he ran across Regan, the stream of fire, the coals of which burn the angels who dip into them every rising are burned, and then arise anew. Baptism by fire. By fire. Come on, man. Come on, man. Right there. Right there. This stream with the coals of fire is generated beneath the throne of glory. Is generated beneath the throne of glory. The throne of glory out of the perspiration of the holy Hayat, who perspire fire out of fear of power. Power, however, quickly drew Moshe past Regan without his suffering any injury. As he passed on, he met the angel Gelizer, also called Razel. It is who reveals the teachings of his maker and makes known in the world what is decreed by power, for he stands behind the curtains that are drawn before the throne of power and sees and hears everything. Elijah on Horeb hears that which Razel calls down into the world and passes his knowledge on. This angel performs other functions in heaven. He stands before the throne with outspread wings, and in this way arrest the breath of the Hayat. the heat of which would otherwise scorch all the angels. He furthermore puts the coals of Rigon into a glowing brazier, which he holds up to kings, lords, and princes, and from which their faces receive a radiance that makes man fear them. When Moshe beheld him, he trembled, but power led him past unhurt. He then came. Look at the sequence that he had to go through to get this Torah. He then came to a host of angels of terror that surrounded the throne of glory and are the strongest and mightiest among the angels. These now wish to scorch Moshe with their fiery breath. What does these sound like to you? Let me read that again. Sound, could it be? Could it be? He then came to a host of angels of terror that surround the throne of glory and are the strongest and mightiest among the angels. These now wish to scorch Moshe with their fiery breath, but power spread his radiance of splendor over Moshe and said to him, hold on tight to the throne of my glory and answer them. Respect them now. For as soon as the angels became aware of Moshe in heaven, they said to power, what does he who is born of women here? And power answered was as follows. He has come to receive the Torah. They furthermore said, O Maker, content thyself with the celestial beings. Let them have the Torah. What wouldest thou with the dwellers of the dust? Moshe hereupon answered the angels, it is written in the Torah, I am the Eternal, thy Maker, that I have led thee out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of bondage, where ye perchance enslaved in Egypt, and then delivered, that ye are in need of the Torah. It is further written in the Torah, thou shalt have no other gods. Are there perchance idolaters among ye, that ye are in need of the Torah? It is written, thou shalt not utter the name of the Eternal, thy power, in vain. Are there perchance businesses, negotiations among ye, that ye are in need of the Torah to teach you the proper form of invocation? It is written, remember to keep the Sabbath holy. Is there perchance any work among you that ye are in need of the Torah? It is written, honor thy father and thy mother. Honor thy father and thy mother. Have ye perchance parents that ye are in need of the Torah? It is written. Now, dodge the hijack. We already know what that really means. Spiritual, celestial minds, you know what this means. All right. It's going to tell on itself. Here it is written. Wait, let me go. Honor thy mother and thy father. Have ye perchance that ye are in need of the Torah? Here it is written, thou shalt not kill. Are there perchance murderers among ye, that ye are in need of the Torah? It is written, thou shalt not commit adultery. Are there perchance women among ye, that ye are in need of the Torah? It is written, thou shalt not steal. Is there perchance money in heaven, that ye are in need of the Torah, it is written, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Is there perchance any false witness among ye that ye are in need of the Torah? It is written, covet not the house of thy neighbor. Covet not the house of thy neighbor. Covet not the house of thy neighbor. Are there perchance houses, fields, or vineyards among ye that ye are in need of the Torah? The angels hereupon relinquished their opposition to delivering of the Torah into the hands of Yasharan, and acknowledged that power was right to reveal it to mankind, saying, Eternal, our Maker, how excellent is thy name in all the earth. Who has set thy glory upon the heavens? Moshe now stayed 40 days in heaven to learn the Torah from power. Let me read that again. Moshe now stayed 40 days. 40 days, 40 years in heaven to learn the Torah from power. But when he started to descend and beheld the host of the angels of terror, angels of trembling, angels of quaking, and angels of horror, then through his fear, he forgot all he had learned. He forgot all he had learned. For this reason, power called the angel Yaphiah or Yaphia, Yaphia, the prince of the Torah, who handed over to Moshe the Torah, ordered in all things sure. All the other angels too became his friends, and each bestowed upon him a remedy as well as the secret of the holy names, as they are contained in the Torah and as they are applied. Even the angel of death gave him a remedy against death, the applications of the holy names which the angels through Yaphiah, the prince of the Torah, and Metatron, the prince of the face, taught him. Moshe passed on the high priest Eleazar, who passed them to his son Phinehas, also known as Elijah. So whenever I see this name now, from now on in the Bible, everybody know that name, Phinehas. Phinehas, Phinehas, Phinehas. That is Elijah. That's Elijah, y'all. Did you know that? Did you know that that was Elijah the entire time? And the reason why the name Phinehas is there to cover up when the true Messiah came, because the true Messiah was known to have Moshe and Elijah around him at the same time. We've been had, y'all. We've been had, man. I'm going to go into Moshe receives the Torah on a part 2. But what I want to bring to y'all right now is who the Torah is in here. This is Legend of the Jews from Joshua to Esther. See that? You see that? This is what it says. in the chapter of Satan indicts the Jews. When the Torah heard that Satan's design against the Jews had succeeded, she broke out into bitter weeping before power, and her lamentations awakened the angels, who likewise began to wail, saying, if Yasharan is to be destroyed, of what avail is the whole world? The sun and the moon heard the lamentations of the angels, and they donned their mourning, grabbed, and also wept bitterly and wailed, saying, is Yasharan to be destroyed? Israel, who wanders from town to town and from land to land, only for the sake of the study of the Torah. Now, let me read it back in case it went over some people's heads. When the Torah heard that Satan's design against the Jews had succeeded, she, the Torah is a her. She broke down into bitter weeping. She. You see? Meaning what? On earth as it is in heaven, right? What is always being displayed? What is always on movies and in real life, on the news? You always see a so-called indigenous. You see an aboriginal, a so-called black mother crying over the loss of their child, mainly their sons. Mainly their sons. On earth as it is in heaven. I said power had been suffering with us this entire time. You don't think, doesn't he have a right to have vengeance in his heart? Isn't he justified? Moshe receives the Torah. That's part 2. That part 2. Moshe receives the Torah. And Moshe in the wilderness. She crying right now. Dead and losing her way. And it not only is seal portion family, that's a wonderful precept that you just slapped me with. It's somewhere in the Apocrypha where it mentions the father's commandments and the mother's commandments. Only makes sense. Obey, honor thy mother and thy father. Yeah, now it makes sense. Now it all makes sense. Your true parents, your heavenly parents, the Torah. I was saying this in my previous lessons. We were supposed to protect her as mighty men. Every son is real sensitive about their mother. Really dear. Mom is here. Always. Always. definitely to a son. Mama is here. Us boys, us mighty men, sons of power, we don't play about our mama, boy. What that boy say? What that man say there? That boy Kwame Brown, what that man say there? Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. What got him talking like that? Think that's by chance? Who is in control of all, man? Who is controlling every single thing that you can fathom? Mama's Torah. We must come back to our heavenly parents. We must come back to Mama. We must come back to Father. Come back to the Torah. It's the only way of life. Plain and simple. There's no way around it. You're not getting immortality without Mama. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. Moshe receives the Torah. Part 2. Hope this lesson was edifying, man. Starting to dig the little library joint, aka the berry. I'm gonna start preserving rooms. I'm trying to, get on that whiteboard, feel like a teacher. Yeah. Feel like a real teacher. Yeah. Get on that board, man. Give me one of the markers and whatnot. Bring out my points. Most high willing. I like this little joint right here. Start teaching here and whatnot. Love y'all, man. I hope this lesson was edifying. This is Nehemiah, brother Nehemiah, coming at y'all again with another one. Let's get back. Let's go back home. We almost there. Let's come back to the Torah. It's coming, whether Cass is ready for it or not. It's coming, man. And we here at Lighthouse, we're going to establish that Torah. We're going to establish the ways of old. We're going to establish the ways of power, our eternal Father. Most High willing. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to the eternal Father, who is beloved Son, our Redeemer, and the Torah, our eternal Mother, the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Y'all better put some respect on Mama's name, boy. Y'all Hebrew camps out there, boy. Y'all better put respect on Mama's name. Y'all better come back to that Torah. Y'all talking about Torah. Guess what? The Torah is a she. That's Mama. You feel me? Giving honor to the eternal Mother. And to the boy who stands for the people. The great Archangel Michael. Giving him his honor and praises. Shalom. Shalom. Yasharan. Yarujalaim. Yahuda. Love. 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 Peace.